Hey guys, this video is a video that I've been meaning to make for a while in response to two videos that my friends have made. GTJIO or Steven and Frozentrain both made a video about self-esteem and how they've dealt with or are dealing with self-esteem. To be honest, it's a very difficult topic for me to talk about. I mean, this is like my sixth try recording the video, plus the 3 tries that I've already had in this try. It sounds weird, but yeah, that's basically how it is. For me, it's difficult to talk about low self-esteem because I know low self-esteem and depression comes hand in hand. And to be honest, that's my problem. I suffer from depression, and I don't know which came first, either the low self-esteem or if the depression came first or whatever, but I've suffered with both for a very long time, even though most people don't believe me, because to some people I'm really outgoing and really nice, but yeah, I suffer from these things and these problems, and this video is basically to talk about how I've dealt with those problems. And it might be a long video, I'm gonna try to keep it short, but it's not a pretty video. And there's that. First of all, I have 3 older brothers and a younger sister, I mean. So we're 5 siblings in total. By the way, this is just for my thumb because I crochet a lot and it hurts. But anyway, so I have 4 siblings plus me, and I'm the first girl in my family, or woman right now. My sister's about to be 17, so I think I need to stop using the word girl. Anyway, so basically what it is that my mom and my dad, and I can't believe this, they truly do not compare us at all. They do not compare my brothers to me, and they do not compare my sister to me. But the problem that they had is that they sent me and my sister to the same school as my older brothers went. And it's not a school as in kindergarten, and then we went to another school for elementary or primary school, and then for another school for a middle school, and then for high school. We went to an escalator school, so it was basically the same group of people together for, at the very least, 12 years. In some cases, it's up to 14 years, depending on the person. So that's actually a lot to take, because if you make friends, like, because of how you're a kid and you start making friends on and off, and then some people will leave your life and they'll mistreat you, but they're still the same group of people. You don't have that basic cut from the people. It's very difficult to deal with your mistakes. For example, I know of a mistake that I've made when I was younger, and people still up to this day come to me and tell me that that was a mistake and stuff, and that was at the very, very least 11 years ago. I was like 9 years old, and it's the people that I grew up with. So even though I have a really good friend from my secondary experience, I didn't really have friends when I was growing up, and it was because of, it isn't that, because I went to the same school as my siblings, I had to deal with the same teachers, and you know how your parents tell us that they do not compare us? Well, the teachers do compare you. And it gets to this point that I was in like 9th or 10th grade, where my sister started going to a secondary school. And so my teachers, like my English teacher could have been her English teacher at the same time. So it was more of a competition. My sister asked, so who's the better at this? Or who pays more attention? Or who's smarter? And there would be like, to my sister they would say her, of course, and then to me they would say I'm the best one and everything. Or to my brothers, or like if I compare my brothers, they would say who's the best. So they are comparing, and it's this feeling of competition over and over again since I'm young. and it's just so tiring. And I never felt like I was better than my siblings, so I guess that's like part of my low self-esteem. I'm like in a constant competition, constantly knowing that I can do better, but constantly knowing that I cannot reach to that better point. And that basically just like throws me off. It makes me feel very, very depressed. And it's not helpful at all when you're trying to create, a nurturing environment, a growing environment. Another thing that happened was I when I was younger, I had nicer hair than this. And like when you're a kid, you have nicer hair because your parents take care, your mom takes care of your hair basically if you're a girl. And well, my mom and we had a lot of discussions. And there was this one day. I don't remember it well. I remember the story very well, but I don't remember it too well. I know that my hair gets nuts quite easily. So with my mom, um, she would brush my hair and she would make like this amazingly but super tight like French braids and everything, and I think I would look really pretty in those styles of hair, and I do nowadays braid my hair like that. But it was so painful and it was so tiring, to be honest, that as far as I know, I got to school or like an hour later I would just like undo everything, and like the ponytails that I would use would be like this, that they're like separated and they would hurt my hair even more, and then we would have to buy more, or they would like collapse. I don't even know. Like they would just not work properly. And my mom one day, she always threatened me with this. If you don't stop crying, I will send you to get your hair cut really short. And my mom had this, she looked really pretty, and she had this really, really short haircut. And like, it is weird because she was really pretty in it. So I'm just like, you know what, mom? Okay, fine. I'll get my hair cut. It was a Saturday. She took me to the hairdressers, and she like basically told them to cut my hair. So for like 4 years, and I'm saying from like I was 8 to the time I was 12, and like when I was 12 it was already really long, and by really long I meant like around here. I had a mushroom cut. Like my hair was around this long basically. It was a little bit longer in the back just to like make it seem something. And because I was a kid, I was really flat chested, and I've always been like I can brawl easily because I have 3 older brothers, and I was taught that. And well, most of the games we played were fighting, either fighting, racing, or Mario Party games. So like I knew how to get in a fight, and I was really boyish when I was younger. So my brothers called me Julian, which is the male version of my name, or Juliano, which is another male version of my name. And my classmates, oh my god, my classmates used to bug me all the damn time about me being a guy and not a girl. And it was so awkward. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to react. So I just like started bottling my feelings. And because of everything, I didn't really have friends, and I was bullied apart from like my haircut, and because I've always been really short. I mean, I'm barely 5'1" right now. So it is all this compressed emotions of not being better, not doing better, not being able to be better. And this competitivity that to some people with better hold of their emotions would help a lot, it depressed me. And because I was told I was a boy, I never thought of myself really pretty. Like, right now, I still have problems with me being really, like, people saying that I'm pretty, and I'm not. Like, I don't believe that half of it, not even. And it's a constant battle. I think I look pretty with makeup, and I think I can get my hair done in pretty ways, but I don't think I'm myself pretty. I mean, I'm chubby. The reason why I'm wearing this sweater is because I don't want you to see my chubby, stupid arms, which have no muscle at all. And I'm not melting, by the way. My room is rather cold, so it's okay. And if I were melting, the AC would be on and you wouldn't hear it because I do noise removal. I am smart. Anyway, so like everything just kept going, like piling one on top of the other. And in fifth grade, like I was the most innocent kid ever. In fifth grade, there was this kid that I used to like. And there was like 3 kids that I used to like. One, which eventually did become my boyfriend. 2, asked me to tell my best friend of that moment to tell her that he wanted to go out with her. And the other one is the worst case, and I remember it perfectly right now. I told one of my friends, and like I like this guy, and I don't remember why I liked him. I remember that since I'm young, I've really liked smart guys, so there's that. And I told my friend, and she told every other girl in my class. He was leaving in June to England, and because he was British, so but his Spanish was perfect, was spot on. Like I think he was born in Costa Rica and raised in Costa Rica, and then he moved to England because of parents' work or something. But that's not the point. My friend told the rest of the class, so they told me to write him a letter and give it to him the day he was leaving. So I did that, and basically everyone knew what it was, what it said, and everything. And when I gave it to him, he ripped it into in front of my face. And yeah, that just, proved to me that it got stuck in my head that I wasn't good enough for anyone, not even for myself. And it's really sad to have moments like that. There was this other time, my best friend and I were best friends for a really stupid reason. And we're still friends, even though the idiot is not in our lives, thank God. But I got closer to her because A, she used to draw like manga style, and B, she watches anime. I don't know if she still continues watching anime. I think she does, because we don't talk regularly, but we talk more often than I talk to every other person from my high school. And see, she was really close to this guy who I had a huge crush on for years. And I mean, we got closer, we dated and everything, but when we broke up, he said that I was very ugly and that he thought I had a better personality than I had. So yeah, it's shocking when people do that. If you're watching this, never, never do that to anyone. If you break up with them, just let it be. Just like, if they demand an explanation, that's fine. But if they don't, then just don't say those things. And I understand, I mean, we were 14 and everything, and that's fine. But it still, like, very much hurts me. And I don't want to deal with that anymore. Another thing that happened was that when we started dating, this girl basically told me that I was only dating him because of the money. And it just made me realize that people are very selfish, and that made me get so afraid of like even being seen with him, because in my opinion, like, money doesn't matter, and I didn't even know he had money. And even if I knew he had money, I wouldn't even date him because of the money. I dated him because he was such a great guy and he was cute and everything. And just like everything bunched up, I just couldn't deal with it. And it was just very painful, and he stayed my friend for a while, and it was just more painful as the time went through. I remember that when I was older than 14, like when I was around 19, like 3 years ago, it's weird, but I keep being told that I'm not good enough, and I keep being told that I will never be good enough. Sometimes because I'm a girl, sometimes because I'm ugly. And I used to, when the inboxes were a lot nicer to deal with in YouTube, I used to get a lot of inbox saying that I was ugly, that I had an ugly voice, that I shouldn't be doing this, that I shouldn't be doing that. And I got inboxes on Twitch saying the same thing. And I've gotten stuff on Tumblr from anonymous people saying that. And you know what? Screw you. I'm trying my best to be myself, and most people out there just take it for granted. I have a super low self-esteem, so if I'm wearing a pretty dress and I'm wearing makeup and I feel pretty, for the love of God, just let me have that. Because it's one day in around 3 months. And I'm not dealing with my self-esteem too well and my depression too well, as you can see, but I just needed to make this video, and I'm sorry that I'm crying. I promised I wouldn't cry. But yeah, if someone suffers from low self-esteem, or even if you don't know them, you don't know if they suffer from low self-esteem, so never be rude to people. Never ever be rude to people. Don't judge people because of their appearance. I mean, I'm overweight and I hate it. I'm 22 and I still act like I'm someone that's 16, 17 years old. I'm a kid because I was forced to grow up so quickly since I actually was a kid, that I never really got a handle of being able to do something. So, if you learned anything from this video, apart from my terrible, terrible stuff and how I'm not dealing with my self-esteem, at the very least you should learn that you should be nice to everyone, because you seriously don't know what they've been through. And everyone that you're nice to, I can assure you that at the very least 90% of those people will be nice to you back. Because niceness is something that people give back. If you're having an off day, don't burst. Do something about it, but don't burst in people's faces. If someone bursts in your face, don't hold them accountable. Ask them what's wrong, and if they don't want to talk about it, that's it. But make them happy if you're really good friends with them. So yeah, that's my self-esteem issues. I'm not saying the source because I don't know the source of my low self-esteem, but I just know that I have this mindset that I'm just not good enough. So I hope that you guys, accept me for my low self-esteem and my depression, and don't leave me because of those things. And if you ever have problems, I assure you I will be there to listen to. And if I cannot give you advice back, at the very least, I promise I will listen to you. So thanks for watching this video. I hope it's not too sad, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.